I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs lead up to the section of the school that I recognize as the third year's wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it! She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. Okay. Oh, hey, Natsuki! A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Oh, come on, don't say girl one, we know who she is. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki! Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club. The girl, who's apparently called Natsuki, slowly turns a glare to me and narrows her eyes. Oh, come on, we all know you like me. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. What? Hey, wait, Sayori. Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out of the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Hey guys, I want to introduce you to our newest member, Mikey. Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, isn't it? I then notice a third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Monica is one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, you name it, she's got it. Okay. Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. How many times have we heard that exact sentence? Completely out of my league whenever it's about Monica. Every time. She looks at me first with a stern look, but then quickly lights up, puts down the book she's holding, and rushes over. Huh. She's not, like, completely just staring straight, like her sprite always was. That's pretty neat. Ah, Mikey, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in her book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Oh, a new member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap, it seems that I've somehow lucked out. Are we gonna hear that same scene? This club is full of incredibly cute girls! We're gonna hear that again? Not only is Monica in this club, but also a bunch of other cute girls. Close enough. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today? Yeah, you probably would have seen a bunch of other grown-ass kids still there. Like, not even girls at all. Maybe some, but, you know. But enough gawking, Mikey. Stop staring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayori said, I'm Mikey. I smile at her, then turn to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Mikey. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Natsuki still looks upset. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You too, Monica. So you guys run a club with just the four of you then, huh? Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Haha. Well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while. But we haven't But we haven't had any luck recently. Sayori did say. My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. Hey, you like manga, right? I'm into that too. So, stop staring at me like that. Alright. She looks pissed at me, but for what reason, I don't know. Because you're a boy, I guess she's sexist. I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to do much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep. He told me he wanted to join just this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. Ugh, great. Natsuki glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why, though. Sorry about Natsuki. That's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. So, you mean a bitch? That's the words we use here, pretty much. Oh, it's nothing. I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Haha, sorry. I've got to try to make a good impression, though. Come on, Natsuki. We need new members. If you don't feel like being nice to Mikey, can you at least be nice for me, please? What the hell? That's a different sprite there for Natsuki. Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. Hooray! Thanks, Natsuki! Looks like I know who the... every time they bring up this word, I don't know how to pronounce it. Whenever someone tries to bring it up, and they try to tell me to pronounce it in real life, I always get questioned about it that I say it wrong all the time. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm just not going to say it. It's almost comical, the extent to which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences, though. I mean, they're all anime. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How'd you come to learn about the Literature Club, Mikey? I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured that I could check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the Literature Club, so Monica beams at Sayori when she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job at advertising for the club. I see. Well, I think this is a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Yeah, we all know how you feel about books, Sayori. Yeah, it's super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Sayori's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I could just sit and read while hanging out with my friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started it to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. Ah, yes, this. But enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Mikey? Did you bring anything to read? As she asked that, I realize I'm not much of a reader, much less someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? Well, off to the anime club. Oh, no, I don't really have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. You liar. I lied through my teeth, hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. I just checked my camera. My camera was kind of taking up some parts of the text box. Oops. Well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? Then I guess I'll head over there. Maybe something might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging in genre from horror and fantasy all the way down to nonfiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards... I was kind of hoping we were going to get to Sayori, because if we're starting off with the first route, it's going to be Sayori. I don't give a fuck. I honestly have no idea who I would do next, though. Let's just go with Natsuki, I guess, because MC likes manga, so maybe we'll actually tell her that we like manga as well, and that we agree that manga is literature, I guess. So maybe it'll work out, I hope. So do you have any recommendations? Oh, we turned it over for recommendation? Well, she currently doesn't like us. That was probably a bad choice. I take a closer look at the books as I say that, and to my surprise, I notice that there's a rather extensive collection of manga on the bottom shelves. Oh, well, there you go. When I glance back up at the girls, I notice Natsuki staring down at the manga too. Our eyes suddenly meet, and she looks away, blushing. Well, what do you like to read, huh? Honestly, I just read manga most of the time, so the collection down there caught my eye. I didn't know that manga was allowed in the classroom like this. Those are actually Natsuki's. Don't just say it like that. I just put them there while I was reorganizing the closet. Yeah, sure. Monica always messes with my collection when she goes in there, so I'm trying to make more space for them. As she says this, Natsuki shoots a look at Monica, who smiles sweetly in return. Which series do you have? I've read a lot, but I don't think I recognize many here. Do you have any Dragon Balls? Most of the book spines are vibrantly colored, with big blocky letters announcing the titles. The Boss is a Maid? Rice Ball Basket? Orange High School Nightclub? What the hell are these names? I've never heard of these series in my life. That probably means they're either way out of my demographic or they're simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through that glass on the door. I remember hearing that already in the main game. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. I could tell by just your expression. But I'll tell you one thing, Mikey. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki stops over to the bookshelf, elbowing me out of the way, and pulls a very pink book out from the book set. Oh, it's what was that manga she always always wanted us to read in the main game? I forgot what it was called. Parfait Girls, that was it. I'm going to show you exactly why. It's going to be Parfait Girls, I'm sure it is. She unceremoniously shoves it right into my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It's the first volume of the series titled Parfait Girls. Yep, there it is. And features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. What do they mean by that? Well, don't just stand there. What? Natsuki, have you considered that maybe Mikey might not want to read this? Oh god, here we go. Excuse me? Who are you to say that Mikey likes or dislikes something? I mean, Natsuki's kind of right. Didn't we already say that we were interested in manga anyway? I quickly break in to try to relieve some of the sudden tension. Thanks for your concern, Yuri, but I'm definitely open to trying out new things. Especially if it's manga. I don't usually read this stuff, but I'm willing to give it a try. Oh, alright then. I thought you would have liked Jason Voorhees just going to slit people's necks. Natsuki triumphantly smirks a bit, while Yuri abashedly looks away. I guess I can't satisfy everyone. Yeah, it's true. You can't satisfy everybody. Get over yourself. I have thought you spent enough time in the literature club to not judge books by their covers either, Yuri. Manga can have just as deep of storylines as your novels can. I never said that they can't. It's just... It's just what? Yuri looks like she's holding herself back from saying something. Just what? Just because they have pictures in them, they're childish or something? Well, there's a reason why people say a picture's worth 1,000 words. I said worlds.
You stupid.
Did I really just butcher that quote? I'm gonna need 5 minutes. Well, there's a reason why people say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Sometimes there are things that are best described through art. Manga blends both good art and good writing to create fantastic stories. Plus, being able to actually see the characters helps you to relate and empathize with them. Okay, I'm not going to butt in about this because I don't care about literature. Yuri thinks to herself, looking a bit perturbed. Who says perturbed? I see. I just meant that manga is a bit unorthodox as a medium. Well, manga is literature too. There it is. It's obvious that the two girls have their differences. Yuri appears comparably more mature and timid, and seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori or Natsuki. Meanwhile, Natsuki seems to be a lot more forward and outspoken. She got balls. That's what she got. Oh shit, I just skipped. I accidentally hit space again. Whatever. Fuck it. It was just something he was saying in his mind anyway. Anyway. This'll be your homework today, Mikey. What are you, my teacher now? I'll let you borrow Volume 1 for tonight, so you can start on the next book tomorrow. But if you smudge or bend it, I'll kill you. You got that? You don't have to worry about that. I'm pretty protective of my manga, too. Is it really alright if I borrow it, though? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you only read it here. Okay. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. No, I'm gonna miss the new season of Dragon Ball Z. Who's gonna be brought back from the Dragon Balls this season? God damn, it's probably gonna be Goku again. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Okay then. The girls on the cover of the manga beam up at me, and I can't help but shiver a bit. I guess I shouldn't underestimate what high school girls are into. Hopefully I could get away with skimming through it. Wow, okay. You're gonna really be like that. Make sure you read it thoroughly, because I'll be quizzing you on it tomorrow. Well, so much for that, huh? Is she a mind reader? In that case, I think I'll give it a shot now, actually. I want to make sure that I have enough time to finish it after all. Don't tell me we're gonna have to, like, actually read this, and she's really gonna give us a quiz, and there's actually gonna be options on the fucking... If that happens, I hate Natsuki forever. Fine. But I'll be keeping a close eye on you then. I slide into a nearby desk as the rest of the girls dissipate, moving to work on their own things. So when do we start to choose on what route we want to choose? Because I want to go with Sayori already. I quickly start flipping through the pages. Okay. Alright, wait. Let me save it here. Just in case. I don't know if it will really make a difference that much, but I'm just trying to make some save points at the just in case. You can never be too sure. Given that pictures take up the majority of space on the pages of the manga, it doesn't take me long to get through the beginning. As I read, I start to become more aware of Natsuki sneaking peeks in my direction. She seems intently focused on my face, as if waiting to see my reactions to our manga. I clear my throat. Natsuki, did you need something? You seem to really like looking in my direction. Do you mind minding your own business? I feel a smile creeping through as Natsuki starts to furiously blush and splutters a response. I don't see any smile creeping there. Does that look like a smile at all? I see, like, I don't know, like, shocked. You idiot. It's not like I was looking at you or anything. I was just staring into space. What's the logic of that? Space is up there! Don't you have anything better to do? Yeah, of course. Like, staring into space. With that, Natsuki huffily turns away to seek refuge in the closet, where loud, rummaging sounds soon follow. I guess I should keep on reading then. Oh, God. As it turns out, Parfait Girls is just as I imagined it would be. It's basically about a bunch of friends in high school and the cutesy hijinks they get themselves into. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. To its credit, it does manage to subvert some anime tropes quite neatly, though. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Natsuki. All that talk about appreciating the expressiveness of art. While I don't exactly read romance manga usually, the artist actually does a good job of portraying the girls as their own characters. Wait, it's a romance manga? Huh. Okay. I often find that the girls in these kinds of stories are bland and unoriginal. Not to mention that they often suffer from same face syndrome too. What does that mean? That they just have the same face? All three of them? Or was it four? I forgot how many were on the cover. So it's a pleasant surprise to find that the title characters are likable and unique. Ah, fuck me, my finger slipped on this space. Whatever. Still, over time, I can't help but grow a little bored, though. I decide I'll finish it later tonight and place the novel in my bag. Maybe the ending will, excite you. Looking up, I spot Sayori reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. Standing up with a stretch. Alright, to the next girl. I make my way over and take a seat next to her. I was about to say, where the fuck did the music go? Hey, how's it going, Sayori? What are you reading? As I sit down, I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much, just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seemed really into your book. Oh yeah, it was a good read. At least as far as I can tell right now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. That's great! So how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? About that! She looks a little worried, her cheerful persona faltering for a moment. Thought the L and the A were switched. Where did that question come from? It's a bit too early to see how I really feel about the club. Of course not, Sayori. Sure, I haven't been here for long, but I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They've opened my eyes to new stuff. I've never been huge on reading, but I'm confident the literature club could change that. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're involved. You don't want to join a club that you have no interest in, right? MC in his head right now. Guilty. I know what you mean. I think reading will grow on me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? We're gonna read with Sayori now? That's something we never done in mods. At least I don't think. At least from the ones I played. She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her. But nonetheless, she seems happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits up, too. That would be great, Mikey. I still kind of feel like my Sayori voice is off. I don't know why. I keep thinking it's off. It's kind of bothering me. We read for a while, which turns into talking fairly quickly. Our conversation being a continuation of our chat from the walk to school. What was that exactly? It's nice to just sit and talk with my childhood friend. Who would have guessed reconnecting would be so easy. I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifted and bubbly. I don't know what it is about her that makes me so at ease. Wow, we've been talking for a bit, haven't we? Man, I didn't even realize the time. I guess we have been talking for a while. I can see why you come to the literature club so much. There really is a welcome, at ease vibe here. It must be a nice change of pace after how hectic the school day can be. I was hoping you'd say that, Mikey. It really is, and I'm grateful for the others as well. They really help make the club the way it is. Oh, God. I can't help but notice that Natsuki and Yuri seem to be very different, though. Do they argue much? That look on her face probably means yes. She looks a little downcast at my question. Sometimes, yes, but thankfully it isn't often. I could sense this isn't a topic she likes discussing. Well, that's only normal, I guess. Monica seems like a great president, though. She must be very proud of this club. Did Monica even mention she was a club president? I may not have remembered. I don't think she mentioned it yet. Just then, Monica gets up from the desk she was sitting at and faces the classroom confidently. Speak of the devil. Okay, music changed again. They just change the music quite often, depending on who you're talking to, I guess. I was just like, well, okay, something about to happen, is there? Okay, everyone, I hope we're all having a good time so far. There's a good moment of silence during which everyone seems to be glancing at me. Do they want me to respond? I'm honestly having a great time. Thanks for the warm welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. And as it turns out, Natsuki baked some cupcakes for the club, too. I kind of sound like Sayori for a second there. Yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. Let's go sit over there, Mikey. It looks like there's room at those desks for all of us. I dutifully follow Sayori over to where the rest of the girls have pulled a couple of desks together to form a table. We gonna have tea as well? Yep, there it is. How about I make some tea as well? Oh, tea! Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a bit awkward, I opt to take a seat next to Sayori. If the conversation starts to die out, I can always rely on her to save me. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, ah! We're about to be going through this whole scene. I wasn't expecting there to be a picture of the actual cupcake. You know, when you really think about it, the way how they always describe the cupcakes in, like, the regular game and everything, this is how you would probably imagine it would look like. Let's be honest. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing. Okay, we've seen this stuff so long ago. So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Are we going through this whole shit again now? There's, like, nothing different. At this part, this is like what we've seen in the original game. I might have to, like, cut to, like, the next part or something. Whenever something different happens. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. Okay. Impressive. It practically tastes professionally done to me. I think that's different. But then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste. Whatever. These cupcakes are amazing. Thank you, Natsuki. Yeah, you better thank me. 'Cause this took hard work to do. Well, at least that's different. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself, or did your parents help you? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No. It's just that it seems professionally made, so I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. Pfft, I wish my dad was a baker. But just because I don't bake for money, it doesn't mean that I can't be good. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just suck at cooking myself. So I'm wowed by good cooking. I guess I should count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today, eh? Uh-huh. It's not every day that I have the time to bake. So be thankful. Okay, you brat. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, bow down before me, peasant. Are you expecting Mikey to prostrate himself before you? Looks like Monica had the same thought. Oh, you bitch. You can't blame Natsuki for bragging a little though. I would too if I made these. Yeah, exactly. Natsuki smiles gratefully at Sayori's save. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Oh, great, we're back to the same dialogues. That's because I haven't started yet. Oh, guess that explains. Yeah, we missed the opportunity in draw in first years who hadn't found clubs yet. I guess I kind of just skipped a little too far now, okay. It's a lot harder to advertise on a person by person basis. And like you said, a lot of people already have other whatever. Extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we could all really grow as a club before we graduate. Okay, back to the actual shit. Right, everyone? Yeah! Yeah! Team literature! Team literature! Team literature! Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. But do you guys write as well? Well, you just brought that up. Actually, we haven't really done any writing together, funnily enough. Do you guys just read and discuss books then? You could say that. Sounds more like a normal book club than a literature club. To be honest, I was kind of expecting you all to do stuff like... What is this beat? I'm digging it. I actually am. To be honest, I was kind of expecting you all to do stuff like write poetry together. The word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a bit. Do you not like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? Why'd she just fade in and out there? What was that? With a sly smile, Monica gets up, rummages through their book bag, and returns with a loose notebook page in her hands. Oh, I guess that's why. I happen to have here a poem called... Hey, where'd you get that? Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. Don't worry, I didn't steal it from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. Why is that sprite of Natsuki just look so odd to me? Well, probably because it's just new. Well, I'd appreciate it if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. You got that? Duly noted. And sorry, I just couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. What'd you expect? Like a high school student was actually just gonna give it right back without looking at it? Come on, it's high school. Your writing style's really cute, Natsuki. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Fucking same bullshit. Not if everyone's just gonna call them cute. Like Sayori said, there's nothing wrong with being cute, you know. Ugh, you wouldn't get it. There's nothing worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone and just having them say it's cute. Scorn drips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. Natsuki looks surprised. Oh, why am I still sounding like Yuri? Alright. I think we might have to listen to this part now. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. The Literature Club has been very welcoming so far, at least after the initial introductions were made. And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I had my doubts at first, but given how friendly and welcoming these girls are, I don't really see any reason why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I'll be looking forward to becoming better friends with you all. Alright, so that was easier. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thank you, Monica. Yes, I'm so happy you're joining us. Hoppity hop. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. And thanks for playing along. She whispers this last remark in my ear. So she was aware that I never agreed to join in the beginning. That sneaky girl. Clever girl. Although Sayori is the most enthusiastic, all the girls' eyes are lit up in happiness. I would have been super pissed if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad that you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think that we can eventually end today's meeting on a good note. Yup. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Yeah, we're already aware of this. Monica looks over at me once more. Mikey, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Okay, whatever, you awkward. Can I really impress Monica with my mediocre reading and writing skills? Something tells me no geez. I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Ah well. It's not like Monica's going to be as harsh as an actual literature teacher, though, right? Alright, we gotta save here. Because I don't know if we're doing... I don't know if this is going to do the exact same thing as the other game, where we have to actually pick the words for the poetry to decide who we go for. So... Meanwhile, the others continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Sayori, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Blah, blah, blah. I just stumbled my words there. Given that she introduced me to all these amazing people, it's the least I could do for her. Sure, let's head home. With that, the two of us wave goodbye to the others and make our way home. On the way back, we discussed the events of the day. I was going to say the big day. There is no big day exactly yet. The big day would be for the festival. Focusing particularly on each club member. As we do so, my mind wanders between them all. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. Okay, yeah. So are we really going to do the poetry stuff again? One of them. Okay, this part's different, I think. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will add me. Will add me? To find me. I still can't read. God damn, I'm so Stupid. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Wait, was that different? Ah! Look how nice this looks. I dig that.